Hello, Elon Musk is one of the richest people in the world, with a wealth exceeding $447 billion at the time of recording this episode. If you can't imagine how big this number is, let me tell you this. If we took this money and lined it up, it would wrap around the earth about 200 times, and we'd still have some change left over. Most of Musk's enormous wealth comes from his shares in giant companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter. Despite all this wealth, Musk never stops working. The real question here is, why do extremely rich people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos keep working even though they have enough money to last them and their descendants for generations? Welcome to Ask Away. Before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get our videos as soon as they're released. If we ask anyone, what's the amount of money that would make you happy, comfortable, and allow you to stop working? Everyone would give a different answer. Some might say $1 million, others might say 2 million, 5 million, or even 100 million. So, what about people like Elon Musk, who have billions? Why don't they just stop working and spend their lives on a huge yacht in the middle of the sea, waking up on the most luxurious yacht in the cleanest place on earth, eating the best for the rest of their lives? To understand exactly why these wealthy individuals don't stop working, we need to take a tour inside their minds and learn how they think and deal with money. Do they think like us or differently? Robert Kiyosaki, in his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says that there are two emotions in people that can stop them from achieving the wealth they seek: fear and greed. A person living with the emotion of fear builds a bubble of financial stability and security, which is usually fragile and can easily burst at any moment. Fear controls their mind, making them hold on to their routine job that gives them a steady paycheck every month. As a result, they can't take any risks that might make them wealthy, and they end up waiting for their paycheck every month until they are 60 or 70 years old. On the other hand, a person driven by greed can't manage their money well. They don't want to do anything that might lose them money. Their poor money management prevents them from using their money wisely to achieve their dream of wealth. Wealthy people, however, think differently. Poor and middle-class people work to make money, while the wealthy make money work for them. If you think that your job with fixed working hours and a stable salary, no matter how big, can achieve your dream of wealth, you're mistaken. The wealthy don't work from 9 to 5 to become rich. To become wealthy, they follow certain principles in their lives. The first and most important principle is to have passive income. What does that mean? Let's describe the life of an average employee with a simple equation. Time equals money. The number of hours one spends working translates into the money they get at the end of the month. However, for the wealthy, the equation is different. Time does not equal money. They rely on various sources of income that don't necessarily need their presence, effort, or time, such as real estate, stocks, or intellectual property. This is called passive income, meaning one can be asleep and the money meter keeps running non-stop. The second principle is that the wealthy ensure they have their own businesses and don't live the life of employees. Instead of working for someone and receiving a salary at the end of the month, they start their own projects and hire people to work for them, making money for them. So, after understanding how the wealthy think about accumulating wealth, why do they keep working even after accumulating so much money? First of all, you need to know that wealthy people don't work for the money, so why do they work? The truth is, the motivations of the wealthy towards work are different from those of other social classes. Consequently, their way of working is different. And this is a key point that actually helps them achieve the wealth they have. To understand this better, let me ask you a question. Imagine you have a huge amount of money, but despite this, alongside the money that is already enough for you, you can work on something else that you love or are passionate about. Would you still say you don't want to work and that the money you have is enough? What keeps most of the wealthy working and not retiring is the motivation or drive behind their work. Money is no longer a motivation for them, especially for those whose wealth has reached enormous levels like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos. Emotions drive these people towards work. When one of them succeeds in a new deal that increases their profits, it is not the profits that make them happy. At this stage, it is the success of the deal that brings happiness. That's why they keep looking for ways to recreate that feeling of happiness. This drives them to work harder and aim for even more successful deals. We are talking about a world governed by capitalism, where success in everything is measured by money. The more money a person has and the more profits they can achieve, the higher their value in society's eyes. With more money, they gain more respect. That's why when someone has $1 million, they think about how to turn it into $2 million. And when they have $1 billion, they think about how to turn it into $2 billion. Another important factor that drives wealthy people to work is their sense of competition. The rich always want to be the most successful in their field and constantly prove they are the best. That's why, despite having enough money to provide great luxury for themselves, their grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, they continue working day and night to become more successful and increase their profits even more. Moreover, often their hard work and pressure come from their belief in their ideas, their work, and their passion for what they do. At this stage, they don't think about how much money they will earn from a night's work. Their focus is on what they will achieve from what they are doing, regardless of money. Someone like Elon Musk, for example, looks like he doesn't see the sun much, and in many interviews he mentioned that sometimes he sleeps in the factory. Another thing that makes the wealthy keep working despite their richness is the power and influence that come with money. For most of the wealthy, this is the main driving force. Naturally, humans love being powerful, being heard, and having authority and influence. That's why wealthy people who have experienced this feeling never want to give it up and become ordinary people without power or influence. This is the biggest reason why the rich don't leave their positions of power to retire and live in peace and quiet away from life's struggles. Power and influence are their ultimate goals. Finally, one of the surprising things that make the wealthy work, even though they don't need to, is their life philosophy. In an interview, Elon Musk was asked a very straightforward question: "Why do you do all this?" His answer was very philosophical. He said he is searching for the meaning of life, for everything happening around us, and what exactly is going on. His goal in everything he does is to answer the question, what is the meaning of life? This explains why Musk founds many companies in completely different fields, like renewable energy, space, artificial intelligence, and colonizing other planets. He founded them all with the same mindset, seeking the answer to the same question: what is the meaning of life? Of course, this is his perspective. In the end, despite all the noise about money, while the lives of the wealthy might seem beautiful and ideal, these lives are actually very difficult, with many pressures and responsibilities. Their lives are not as rosy as one might think. Elon Musk, whom we have been talking about from the beginning of this episode, recently lost $20 billion in one go. The important thing is that one should strive and not stop, no matter what happens. That's it, we're done. Who made it this far? Everyone who made it, you are the best. Give us a like before you leave so we know how many of you made it to the end.